Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and today we are going to talk about temporal bone. So let's start our topic with introduction. Temporal bone are pair of irregular cranial bones located at the side and base of skull near the ears. They play crucial role in protecting the brain, housing the organs of hearing and balance, and forming part of cranial base. Temporal bone is one of the most complex bones in the skull as it contains multiple parts with important anatomical structures. Location and structure of temporal bone. It is found at the lower lateral sides of the skull. Each temporal bone contributes to cranial floor and side walls of skull. They articulate with parietal bone, occipital bone, sphenoid bone, and zygomatic bone, as well as the mandible at the temporomandibular joint. Parts of temporal bone. Temporal bone has four main parts, each with distinct features and functions. And these parts are squamous part, mastoid part, petrous part, and tympanic part. Now let's talk about these parts of temporal bone one by one. First part of temporal bone is squamous part. It is flat, thin portion that form the side of the skull. It contains zygomatic process which extend forward to join the zygomatic bone and it forms the zygomatic arch that is cheekbone. Next part of zygomatic bone, temporal bone is mastoid part. It is located posterior and inferior to ear canal. It contains the mastoid process that is a bony projection that provides attachment for neck muscles. Inside the ear are mastoid ear cells which communicate with middle ear and help regulate ear pressure. Next part of temporal bone is petrous part. It is thickest portion of temporal bone that is wedged between the sphenoid bone and occipital bones. It houses the cochlea and semicircular canal that are organs of hearing and balance. It contains important openings such as internal acoustic meatus through which facial and vestibulocochlear nerve passes. Next part of temporal bone is tympanic part. It surrounds the external opening of the ear. It forms part of external acoustic meatus that is ear canal and it provides protection for structure of middle ear. Important features of temporal bone. First is styloid process that is a slender pointed projection below the ear. It serves as an attachment point for muscles of tongue and pharynx. Second feature is mastoid process that is large rounded projection behind the ear. It provides attachment for sternocleidomastoid muscle. Third feature is external auditory meatus that is opening that lead to ear canal. Fourth feature is mandibular fossa that is a depression that articulates with the mandible forming the temporomandibular joint. Functions of temporal bone. First function is protection as this bone safeguards the brain and delicate structure of the ear. Second function is hearing and balance as this bone houses the middle and inner ear including cochlea and semicircular canals. Third function is muscle attachment as this bone provides points for muscle of mastications, neck and tongue. Fourth function of temporal bone is articulation as it forms the temporomandibular joint with the mandible that enable chewing and speaking. Fifth function is facial structure as this bone contributes to zygomatic arch and side contour of the skull. Conclusion of this lecture video. Temporal bone is paired cranial bone with a highly complex structure consisting of squamous part, mastoid part, petrous part, and tympanic parts. It plays a dual role in protection and function, as it safeguards the brain, enable hearing and balance, and also form joint and attachment site for muscles. Its anatomical importance make it one of the most significant bones of the skull. And this was all about temporal bone. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for watching.